Co-founded by Jim and Melinda Hollingsworth in 2009 in a mobile home park in Loganville, Georgia, the PATH Project began as a 501c3 nonprofit community and youth development organization. On a recent visit to a soccer camp at Greystone Church in Loganville, Georgia, hosted by the PATH Project's Executive Director Jim Hollingsworth and Fellowship of Christian Athletes Metro Atlanta Soccer Director Jorge Vallejo, they discussed the academic growth and social transformation of the children and their families in several mobile home communities in Georgia and Tennessee. Hollingsworth says the PATH Project initially began as a simple request from a student who needed assistance with her homework. Jim Hollingsworth.
Through a local outreach with a food ministry, we met one family that lived in a mobile home park here in Gwinnett, first and second generation Mexican immigrant family, and we got to know the kids in that family. And out of that relationship, a few weeks later, one of the older daughters asked us, just out of the blue, would you guys help us with our homework because our parents don't speak English? And so my wife and I looked at each other and we said, hey, that's something we can do. And so we just started with that one family helping kids with homework, and then more kids in that same neighborhood that lived near there started showing up when we'd show up to help with homework. So pretty soon we had like 30 kids. So we thought, well, maybe we should organize this a little bit. So we actually ended up purchasing a trailer in that mobile home park and opening up an after-school homework help program that met a couple days a week. And so over those first few months, we did a lot of things wrong, but we learned that one of the biggest challenges facing the kids in that neighborhood was the dropout rate. The majority of students were not graduating high school. So once we learned that, that kind of really motivated us to say, hey, how can we help kids growing up in mobile home parks here in Northeast Georgia graduate high school with a plan for their future?
Hollingsworth says, surprisingly, the biggest academic hurdle the students have is not STEM classes, but reading comprehension. Again, PATH Project Executive Director Jim Hollingsworth.
What we've found is that the biggest academic challenge in school is reading and language arts because of the language barrier. A lot of the students only speak Spanish at home, and so when they start kindergarten, they're having to learn English, which means having to learn how to read in a new language. And so what we found as kind of the single biggest determining factor that creates the high dropout rates in these neighborhoods is that children fall behind on their reading levels at an early age in elementary school. So you've got kids in second, third, fourth grade who fall behind on their reading levels, who may be able to do math and science, everything else is good. But as you get older, middle school and high school, there's so much reading involved in the curriculum in every class that if you can't read well enough to stay on the level as your peers, you kind of fall behind a little bit. And then as you get older, it becomes easier to just say, all right, it's too much, I'm going to drop out.
One of the PATH Project soccer camp volunteers is Amy Guerra. She says her grades have greatly improved since being in the after-school study program.
PATH Project has actually helped me keep my grades up and has helped me stay on the right track and helped me look at my future.
FCA Metro Atlanta Soccer Director Jorge Vallejo says the summer camp has a dual purpose to help children with soccer and social skills.
Our goal is to provide a mentor coach in the lives of these kids. Somebody that they can learn from, somebody that can give them hope for their future. So again, through the platform of soccer, we give kids what they want, soccer, in order to give them what they need, key mentor relationships in their lives that will help them succeed at life, both at school, in the community, at home. And our heart is holistic development. We do it through sport, and that's why we're grateful for the PATH Project, because in our partnership we just complement one another. What they do on their side with education, that's just transforming the lives of these kids with school. And then what we bring is just the sport that they love, and again we teach them life skills. Again, we are faith-based, so we're teaching them about the person of Jesus, the historical person of Jesus. He was a coach, he had 12 players, and he changed the world, and we just expose them to those principles and just how it equips them for life.
Elijah Briscoe is a summer camp director for the PATH Project. He says what stood out most to him in the soccer camp is the children's appreciation of a helping hand.
Mostly what I've noticed in the kids this week that really stood out to me is their appreciation for a helping hand, and not only that, but someone who will invest their time in teaching them skills that they're interested in themselves. I found out that goes a long way, a really long way with the kids, and it's great to see that in them.
Elijah, why did you become a part of the PATH Project?
I actually am a psychology major at Young Harris College right now. I have one more year to get my Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and I was looking for some work experience in the field as well as some Christian-affiliated business if I could.
Have you seen any change in yourself as benefiting from working with the kids this week?
I definitely have, especially during sports camp last week. I found a different part in myself that I didn't actually know was there, a part that's empathetic. I never have utilized the empathy that I did have and didn't even realize I had it, and it's been great to share my experiences with the kids thus far and try to be there for them in whatever, even daily situation that they may be in.
Jose, his younger brother Hyra, and best friend Justin are three of the children attending the soccer camp. They share their own personal reasons for why they enjoy attending the camp.
My name is Jose Puebla Hernandez Guadalupe, and I am 12 years old. When I first came, it was so fun that I couldn't resist coming here. I do love this place, and I will always treasure in my memory for God's sake. Yes, I just want to say, me and my brother, we don't exactly get along, but we do fight, and we do get along just great, but we sometimes argue in this place, and this is the place that only calms us down, which God is the reason that we're calmed down.
My name is Jairo Pérez Fernandez. I'm 9 years old. It was good. I will learn how to do some good stuff because my career was to be a soccer player or a goalkeeper when I grow up.
My name is Justin Pena Alvarado, and I am 10 years old. I came to soccer camp because we learn about God, and not only do we learn about God, but we learn about skills in soccer and what they mean.
Hollingsworth says he would like to see all children have the opportunity to achieve their academic and career goals.
There are so many mobile home communities with kids growing up in low-income neighborhoods across Northeast Georgia. And so we want to see those kids have the opportunity to graduate high school, to go to college, to achieve their dreams, just like all other kids growing up in Northeast Georgia, regardless of where they were born or how much money their parents make.
Jim, in closing, what would you like our listeners to know is the most important aspect of giving back to the community?
If we had a state full of folks that every day just loved people, no matter what they look like, no matter how different they were, we would have a really, really great place. So that's our goal, is that these kids would be surrounded by positive role models, mentors, folks that they can look up to and say, hey, I want to be like this person when I grow up.
And for you, Jorge?
Our job is not to go and convince people of anything. Our job is to go serve people well, love them well, because everybody needs that.
For more information on the PATH Project, log on to path-project.org.